as it is titled. It's about Indian Constitution or the Constitution of India. Therefore, this is interesting for more Indians than other nations or other citizens. You see, there are a lot of factors I would like to exchange. To begin with, the Indian Constitution is constructed or created or composed by the Britishers originally, and that composition was based on the Bible book. The constitution of the Western nations, whichever nation, the Western Christian nations, they are all based on the Bible. In the same way, the Indian constitution is also basically designed out of the Bible book. Therefore, India is a secular country as claimed. Two, India, uh, the majority of the Indian citizens are Hindus, which is their natural home of the Hindus. India is the natural home of the Hindus. Wherever Hindus are scattered today, that is historically connected or economically related. Nonetheless, therefore, there is a person called Thomas. He is from the state of Kerala. He is a postgraduate in physics, MSc Physics. He's around 62 years old today. He has written a book and in English, and he has proved that this Constitution of India is taken out of the Bible book. So I agree with him in total, and I also did a research on that book, and I agree to his findings that Indian constitution is based on the Bible book. And Islamic constitution, meaning Islamic countries like Pakistan, Turkey, Malaysia, Indonesia, and other Middle East countries, Muslim countries, all their constitutions are based on the book of Quran or Quran book or their scripture. Uh, Therefore, the Hindus are a kind of losers because even though they have scriptures and great books, their constitution is not based on their scripture, but on the Western scripture or the Christian scripture, which is a deceit, isn't it? It's a pure deceit whatsoever. After composing this constitution text or the constitution, the British handed over to Mr. Ambedkar. Mr. Ambedkar was a Dalit by definition and by nature, and he was studying law in Britain. Okay, he was becoming an advocate, being in London, UK, in those days. So he was a kind of westernized, and it was he who did the final touch of this constitution so that it looks like it is Indianized or it is Indian who composed it. But no, Mr. Ambedkar is simply was acting like a paper tiger for the Hindus or for the Indians so that they are forced to believe or made that this is composed by Ambedkar, which is a lie. Ambedkar was doing the polishing work or the cosmetic, the final touch of it here and there to fool the Indians or fool the Hindus especially. This Ambedkar himself was burning Hindu scriptures in public places, not once, other more times. So how can he be a Hindu when a person is burning uh, the Hindu scriptures? If a Christian, I mean, if a person is burning the Bible, he is not a Christian. isn't it? Or if a person is burning Quran, he is not a Muslim. In the same way, a person who is not who is burning Hindu books or more of Hindu books is not a Hindu. There is nothing complex or complicated to conclude about this, isn't it? It's clear cut whatsoever. So this is the basic problem of India because our constitution is not Vedic or it is not privileged for the Hindus, whereas it is a misprivilege for the Hindus. On the other hand, it is privileged for the non-Hindus, let's say Christians and Muslims. So this is our basic problem. So what should be done is to amend or even change or recompose or reconstitute the Indian constitution once again. I mean, who are the British to constitute our constitution? Who are they? They were kicked out, or they left, or they were plunderers and looters and colonists and causing severe pain and pressure and struggle towards our nation all the centuries, at least 3 centuries. So those people are not qualified or fit or selected to be uh, to compose this constitution of this nation. Nonetheless, the Hindus or the Indians must wake up. You see, today the CAA problem, this is all because of the British. You see, millions and millions of dollars resources India is losing, isn't it? Plus violence all over. Again, waste of energy, waste of lives, waste of whatsoever. So this is all because of the British. They realized that if they leave India in 1947, India was still quite wealthy nation, without Pakistan being born, India and Pakistan, Bangladesh all together. So this amazing or monster nation will work hard and become once again the more powerful and the most powerful nation of the world as it was once upon a time. This the British realized very early. Therefore, the division or the cutting off Pakistan was pre-planned or predetermined or premeditated by the British, which is cause of the basic problem of our nation and for the peacekeeping in that area. So imagine if Pakistan and India was not divided, Bangladesh wouldn't be there. We wouldn't have any artificial borders except for the natural borders, and we wouldn't have any enemies, and China would be a friend of us, and the whole world history would have changed. But needless to say, it's a pity that history went the other way. Pakistan was born, and from Pakistan, Bangladesh was born, both being Muslim nation, bordering our nation. So we had to spend millions and millions or billions of dollars for border security, for weapons, whatsoever. So this is all a waste of natural resource of our nation and energy so that India will never ever come up. And further, to promote this, they even gave the nation to their hunchmen or their underlings called Gandhi, Nehru, whosoever in the list. So these guys were controlling India for more than 5, 6 decades. And now that BJP or the Hindu people or Hindu party has become the favorite and have won the election and ruling the nation. So this is a big change happening in our nation as well as in the consciousness of the people. The uplift, the uprising of the Hindus. This has been unexpected or unwarranted by the others. So this upliftment is become a botheration to the so-called leftists and other enemies of India. So this is causing the basic problem. So I have much more to say, but I'll take a break for the time being, and I will post more videos regarding this theme and subject. Thank you for listening, dear people. Thank you.